Look at what Brad Hogg just built me. Putting some clips on them. We had them dipped at Lewis's. So I had a bunch of my 6-way pallets built, and my problem with the original way I have them is I can't change the orientation when I stack them in my shed. So I have to stack them in rows, and it's a waste of space. I want to be able to butt the backside up to make better use of my space in the shed. So I had him build me a bunch of these flat bottoms. So through the production season, of 2 facing this way, 1 facing this way, and during the winter season, they're all facing the same way so that I can butt them up. Quite excited. I have to get 200 of these ready to go right away. We're going to be dumping packages into them. It's working outside though. I have a bunch of salvage nukes to the side just because we're doctoring them up. And they won't leave me alone. This is where, when I work through the colony, I'm doing my housekeeping. I always wipe my hive tool in my pants. And I also, when I'm pinching queens, wipe my hand on the... So I think this is the queen pheromone they smell. Keeping me company. They choose me.
His dedication to the beekeeping industry is immense, and he has played a transformative role through his many contributions. He has served as Vice President and President of the Manitoba Beekeepers Association, guiding the industry through difficult issues related to colony losses, as well as bee and labor shortages. He's also leading new initiatives that will serve the industry going forward. For example, as chair of the Manitoba Beekeepers Association Research Committee, Ian was the driving force behind the establishment of the Knowledge Research Transfer Program, the KRTP, a program that will provide extension services to help mitigate future losses of bees, as well as conduct demonstration trials that will help to transfer research innovation to use by industry. He now additionally chairs the steering committee for the KRTP and is overseeing its continuing formation and funding. And they have great linkages with the university, which we're thrilled to see. He has contributed to service in the broader agricultural community just beyond bees. For example, in 2022, he was invited to join the Agricultural Advisory Committee established by the then Minister of Agriculture, Ralph Eichler, to facilitate communication between the government and agricultural commodity organizations. Ian has also served as the director of the Deerwood Watershed Authority. His concerns over environmental stewardship were recognized through the Canadian Federation of Agriculture Farmer Rancher Pollination Conservation Award in 2020. Steppler Farms was also presented with the 2018 Pembina Valley Conservation Award. Ian has a strong philosophy of giving back by mentoring young farmers and budding beekeepers, and he is extraordinarily generous with his time. He has been a regular at the final presentation panelist for the School of Agriculture and has presented to the school's small business classes on several occasions. He's known as a rock star in the bee world. Literally been at things where they go, oh yeah, it's going to be there, he's a rock star. His Canadian Beekeepers blog on YouTube has over 85,000 subscribers. That was outdated, it might even be higher by now. And his regular videos, he has posted over 1,000, have collectively gained over 30 million views. He is regularly invited to speak at conferences on beekeeping in all over the world, North America certainly, and he has done so both live and by video conference at locations in Canada, United States, and Europe, where he shares his unique perspectives on the industry. Ian and his wife Sandy currently have currently live with their 5 children, Lori, Michael, April, Charlie, and Lee, on the farm. 4 of the 5 have worked on the honey farm through the summer production season, and the 5th would if she was old enough. So, thank you very much, Ian. It's been a pleasure to work with you personally, and congratulations on the award.
Keep it high.
Thank you. Hang on.
Not your award.
I'll try to keep this quite brief. Rob mentioned me as being a rock star on YouTube, but I think we need to appreciate we have a rock star in front of us here to do with the academic world. I go to all these conferences around North America and even speaking online, and Rob's name always comes up in our conversation, especially with commercial beekeepers, as they're applying the science and the knowledge that Rob's gained within his work here to what we do as beekeepers, and it's been absolutely invaluable. So I always get to puff my chest up a little bit talking to these commercial beekeepers saying, yeah, I know Rob Curry. Actually, Rob was my introduction to beekeeping through that beekeeping course when I took it in the Diploma of Agriculture. I'll just tell you just a little story about that. It's funny how we stumble into things that we don't know is ahead of us, and it kind of transforms your entire life. But after I graduated, Mom and Dad sent me off to university, and I didn't want to go to the city, but they sent me off anyways. All I wanted to do is farm. But at that time, I was dating Sandy at the time, and I wanted to develop a life, and the farm was in a hard time at that time. The canola's $4.50 a bushel, and cattle prices are low, and this is just before BSE, so I was looking for something else. And it just happened that the first year diploma went through, and the Christmas, my advisor in the second year said, hey, you're not going to graduate because you're 2 credits short. And she said, well, you could take the dairy lab for 4 credits, or you can take this beekeeping class for 2 credits. And I kind of scoffed at the beekeeping. But my buddy was in kind of the same boat as me. He said, hey, let's go do this. And I found out it was Wednesday evenings when these classes were, but it was a conflict to wise guys on campus bar night. I said, no, we can't do this because we can't miss campus bar night. And my buddy said, no, think about this. The girls don't show up until, like, I've had a girlfriend, but he said, don't go to the bar till 10 o'clock anyway. We'll take his beekeeping course, and then we'll go to the pub after that. And I said, okay, I figured that's all right. So the first class is Rail Laffinger, and he instructed us on the leaf cutteries, and I actually fell asleep. Second class is with Rob to do with honeybees, and kind of tweaked my interest a little bit. So then the class after the next day was a weeds course by Gary Martins, I think it was, and he's a beekeeper, and he was talking about it. So he was talking about thresholds of weeds and how wild mustard is good for his hives, and it's just something very foreign to me as a grain farmer. And then he started talking about the business aspect of it, and I was like, here we go, there's something I can latch on to. So that one little course transformed my life, and I'm speaking in front of you guys today and accepting this award, so very much appreciated.